Alright, hey y'all, how everybody doing out there? I hope y'all doing alright. Um, I'm gonna try to go over with y'all how to do an all over print sublimation design on Photoshop. So we're gonna try to get through this, man, the quickest we can. We ain't finna waste no time. We getting straight into it, and hopefully, man, y'all can follow along. I'm gonna try not to make this a long video, but it's a lot of stuff. So y'all try to keep up with me, man. If y'all like this video, y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, let's go. So the first thing you want to do, you want to open up Photoshop. Alright, open it up. And alright, the first thing you want to do after you open up Photoshop, you want to get your t-shirt, right? Whatever size you gonna get your t-shirt. You want to lay it flat down on a flat surface. And you want to get your measurements from sleeve to sleeve and from up and down. Alright, so y'all can just get y'all a regular little tape measure, man, like this. It's a regular little tape measure. Get you a little tape measure, measure it from sleeve to sleeve while it's laying flat down, sleeve to sleeve and up and down. Alright, so boom, you do that, you get your measurements. After you get your measurements, you create a new document. Alright, and you're gonna write those measurements down in your width and your height. So I got a medium Cricut shirt, and my measurements was 33 by 30. So from sleeve to sleeve it's 33. Oh, and make sure you in inches over here. You want to be in inches. Alright, so we're gonna put 33 as the width and 30 as the height. Now y'all may not be using a medium Cricut shirt. The measurements are very important because on every shirt they different. So make sure you measure your shirt. Make sure you have the correct measurements to put in. Whatever shirt you're using right now, that's what you're gonna put in right here for your width. From sleeve to sleeve is your width, and from up bottom to top to bottom is your height. So you write that here in your height, and you just click create. All right. All right. So after we do that, let me let y'all know now. This video is for people who has already designed their design. You know, this is not a tutorial about how to create a design. This is just to help you do the all over print design on your shirt. So hopefully y'all already have y'all design made. If not, you could pause the video, come back to it after it's done. But we're gonna keep this going. I'm gonna keep going right now. Alright. So the first thing you wanna do after you create the new document, you want to open your image and your templates. So we're gonna go to file up here, click file. You're gonna go to place embedded right here, place embedded. All right, click that, and it's gonna take you. You go to wherever you got your design at. All right, so right here I got with my design. Hopefully you saved your design as a PSD. That way you can have all your layers already intact, and when you upload it, all your layers will be there. I have to do mine this way because I don't have a design already done. I'm just trying to make the video for y'all. Alright, so this is my background. We'll let my computer get to it. I don't know why I was holding that long, but okay. Bam. So as you can see, it got the point lines boxes over here. I'm just gonna press enter to commit to it. I don't know why my computer is running slow right now, but we're gonna try to get through it. Alright, then next I'm gonna press file, I'm gonna go to place embedded right here. I'm gonna click it, and I'm gonna open up my next image. I'm gonna double click it, and it's gonna open. And as you can see, it has the point lines again right here around. And I'm just gonna press enter and commit to it. Y'all should already know half of these steps. Next I'm gonna open up my t-shirt template. Alright, so I'm gonna go to file, I'm gonna go to place embedded right here, and I'm gonna click on it, and I'm gonna open up my t-shirt template. Give my computer a minute, cause I don't know, I guess I downloaded too many things. We're gonna clean that up, don't worry about it. Alright, and as you can see again, I have my points, meaning that I can transform this, I can size it. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and size this. While you sizing, you wanna hold down shift, and you don't wanna use these points in the middles. This point, this point, this point, and this one. You don't want to use those. You only want to use these the four corners. Alright? I'm going to just use these two. So I'm going to hold down shift, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag that up. Alright? I'm still holding shift. I'm just going to click and drag this down to where it fits the canvas size. Alright? And I'm going to press enter to commit to it. And we're going to wait 30 days for this thing to do its little thing. Alright? Here go my layers, y'all. Don't worry if your screen don't look like mine. I like to keep mine right here to help my workflow faster. So, alright, I'm gonna turn this one off because it's already sized in place. I'm gonna go ahead and do my background. So I'm gonna size my background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press Control and the letter T, because I'm gonna transform the I'm gonna select this layer, and then I'm gonna press Control and T. As you see these boxes, these points come up on the corners. I'm gonna hold down shift, and I'm gonna click and drag it into the corner. I'm still holding shift down. I'm gonna grab this corner and drag it down to size it to the size of the canvas. Alright? And then I'm gonna press enter to commit to it. Alright? Boom. So I'm gonna turn this layer off, and I'm gonna size my middle image. Alright? So again, I'm gonna press Control, hold down Control and press T. Again, I need to press this layer to activate it. So I'm gonna activate this layer by pressing it, and that way it's highlighted. And then I'm gonna hold down Control, and I'm gonna press T. Alright? Then I got these boxes letting me know that I'm able to transform it. I'm able to size it now. So I'm gonna hold down shift, and I'm gonna size it to where I want it to be. You guys' image design should already be designed, so you shouldn't have to do this part. I just have to do this because I don't have a design already placed. Alright, so I'm gonna turn my eyes back on so that I can see the layers and how they're placed at this point. Alright, so next you wanna size your design inside of your t-shirt template, right? So I'm gonna turn this eye on so that I could size my image to where it's inside of this safety line. This is your safety line, this dotted line here. Let me go in so you can see. Oh, hold on. So I'm holding down Control, and I'm pressing the plus sign on my keyboard. Now I'm pressing the minus sign on my keyboard. I'm holding Control down, and I'm pressing plus to make it bigger. And then if I press the subtract sign, it's getting smaller. So I'm gonna go up so y'all can see that this is a dotted line right here. This is your safety line. This red dotted line is your safety line, okay? So you want to make sure that your image is placed inside of this safety line. If it's outside of the safety line, it may not be in the t-shirt. Okay, so anything that you know you want in the t-shirt to be seen, make sure you place it within this red dotted safety line. All right, so I'm pressing control and subtract to make my screen back small so that you guys can see. I'm gonna hold down shift, and as you can see, my mouse turns into a hand. I'm gonna hold down and grab it so that I can place my canvas right in the middle of the screen. All right, so I hold down space bar, hold down the space bar and click and drag around. That lets you move your canvas. All right, so I'm gonna open up my layers panel so that I can see my layers. All right, so I need to see my background so that I can make sure it's placed within my safety lines. So I'm gonna highlight my my template, and I'm gonna drop the opacity on it so that I can see underneath it. This is all that's underneath it. These layers are underneath this top layer. So if I hover over the word opacity and click it and drag to the left, it will drop the opacity down so that I can see clearly the image behind it. All right, so now I can see if my image is inside the lines or not. You can also drop it down one to make sure you can size it as you want. So to size it, you want to click on the layer that you want to size. All right, so right now we want to size this layer, right? So we're gonna click on it and hold down control and press the letter T. All right, now I'm able to size it, but before I size it, I'm gonna hold down the shift key and then I'm gonna size it. All right, I'm gonna click back on the t-shirt template, and I'm gonna bring my opacity up just so I can see a little better and make sure that I'm well within my lines. If I can't see good, I just move it back up some and make sure that it's placed where I want. If I can't see it like that, I just turn this off, click this, and move it and size it. Okay, just get it, make sure that it's in. All right, if you got to take time and do that and pause the video, come back to it, y'all do what you got to. I'm going to just leave it like this so that I can get through with the video. All right, so I'm going to bring my opacity back up on my t-shirt. All right, and I'm going to turn the light off. Well, turn the eyeball off. Okay, so after you got it sized to the way you want it, it's everything that you want to be in the t-shirt should be in the safety lines. All right, after that, you want to merge your layers, merge your design layers. All the layers that you have that are within your design, you want to select all of them. So you can either click one of the layers and hold down control and click the other layers, or you can click one layer at the top, hold down shift and click the lowest layer, and it'll select all of them, and they're all highlighted, so they're all selected. All right, I only have 2 layers, so I'm just gonna click one layer, hold down control, click the other layer because I only have 2, and they're both highlighted, which means they're both selected. I'm gonna right click on it and I'm gonna press merge layers. You want to merge the layers. All right, boom, merge them. Okay, after that, you want to drop your guidelines down. Okay, So we're gonna close this out. We ain't gonna need this for a minute. Alright, we're gonna go to view. You gotta put your guidelines on. So you go to view up here. Alright. Go to view and you wanna scroll down to new guide. Alright. Click on new guide. We're gonna go vertical. Vertical is up and down. Alright. We're gonna start with vertical. So the first guideline we're gonna leave it at 0. Alright, we're gonna press OK. As you can see, our first guideline has been dropped at 0. As you can see, it's at 0. Alright, you want to drop your next guideline. So we're gonna go back to view, go back to new guide, click it. We're still vertical, but we're gonna drop our second guideline. So what we're gonna do is, we already got our measurements to our shirt. Whatever shirt measurements you guys got, if you look down here at the bottom of the screen right here, it tells you a number. This is what size canvas you are working on. My measurements to my t-shirt that I told y'all earlier is 33 by 30. So as you can see down here at the bottom right here, this size canvas is a 33 by 30, right? I want to print on top of the t-shirt, but the paper that I'm using, the sublimation paper that I'm using, is 13 by 19. So I need to drop my guidelines to fit 13 by 19. So my next vertical guideline I'm gonna drop it at 13. Okay, so I'm gonna change this and I'm gonna put it to 13. That's my first guideline. All right, so you click OK. All right, so now my second guideline is at 13. All right, so now we want to go to our third guideline. You go to view up here, click view, go back to new guide, and we're gonna drop our third guideline. So to get our third guideline, you're gonna do 13 times 3, because this is our third guideline. So 13 times 3 is 26. So you're gonna write 26 and click OK. So our third one is at 26. We're gonna go back to view, drop our fourth guideline, go back to new guide, and 13 times 3 is 39. So you're gonna put 39. Alright, and I'm gonna press Control and the minus key so that you can see my fourth guideline. Alright, so now we got 4 guidelines vertical. Now we want to drop our guidelines horizontal. So you go to view, you go to new guide, you go to horizontal. Alright, we're gonna drop the first one at 0. So you just press OK. You go back to view, go back to new guide, you're gonna drop your second one. Okay, so since we doing 13 by 19 paper, our horizontal guideline is gonna be 19. So now we're going by 19s. So my second guideline is gonna be 19. So you press 19 and you press OK. Alright, we're gonna drop our third one. So go to view, new guide, and this one we're gonna put 38, because 19 times 2 is 38. So you put 38 and you click OK. So now we got all our guidelines. I'm holding down the space bar, and you see this hand, I'm able to grab the canvas and move it around. So you hold down space bar, you get your hand, you click down on your mouse, and you're able to move it around. Okay, so as you can see, we got all our guidelines down, because the full image is within our guidelines. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of sublimation paper that will be printed with pieces of our image. Alright, So bam. Next thing you want to do, let's see. You want to create a new document. All right. So you go to File, you go to New. All right. Click New right here. All right. So now you wanna make sure you're working with inches, guys. Make sure you change your setting over here to inches. All right. Now we working with 13 by 19 sublimation paper. So whatever paper size you're working with, that is what you're gonna put right here for the width and the height. My paper is 13 by 19, so I'm gonna change this width to 13. It's already 13. I'm gonna change my height to 19 because I'm working with 13 by 19 paper. I hope that wasn't. And you want to make sure that your orientation is in portrait, not landscape. I've just now noticed that it was on landscape. I hope the last one wasn't on landscape. If you're you want to go back and make sure that your orientation is in portrait, okay? And you create it. All right. Next, you want to, now you have two tabs, right? You got this tab that we just created with the blank background. You have your tab 1 that you should have your design on with your guidelines. All right. So you want to go back to tab 1 with your design and your guidelines. Okay. And you want to select each. These are tiles. You want to select each tile and copy them. So to do that, you're gonna select your marquee tool. And me, I don't know about y'all, but me, I like to do everything fast. I don't have time to sit here and do things real slow and take your time and all that. I don't have time. I try to breeze through everything. So I try to remember my hotkeys, right? So my marquee tool is what we want to press, right? If you hover over it, it'll tell you the hotkey. So if you press M on your keyboard, it will bring up your marquee tool, and that plus sign, my mouse arrow will change from this arrow to this mouse sign, to this plus sign, to let you know that you do have the marquee tool selected. All right. So instead of pressing it right here, I'm not gonna press it right here because then it'll train my mind to always come over here and try to find which tool I have to. I don't have time for that. So I'm just gonna press the letter M, and as you can see right here, my mouse changed to that plus sign. All right. And just another key, if you press shift, if you hold down shift and press M, you will switch through the different. If you look up here, you can see that it's switching through the different marquee tools in this panel. See, they have 2 of them in this panel, and you can see that both of the hotkeys are M. So to switch through one, let's just say the square one. If I wanted to do a square, this is a circle. I have the circle marquee tool selected. So I want to use the square one. So I hold down shift and I press M. And now, as you can see, I have the square one selected. All right. So bam. What you want to do, I'm going to press control and the plus sign to bring my image in some, and I'm gonna hold down the space bar, and I'm gonna slide the canvas over. All right. So you place your marquee tool in the corner over here, and you press and hold down. Now, as I'm pressing and holding down, you can see these numbers on the side. You see these numbers, and they tell you how big of a selection you're making. So you want to have it. You want to make sure it's at 13 by 19. If you look close, you can see that it says 13 by 19. So I'm gonna let go. Now I selected this tile, and I know for sure that it's 13 by 19. Okay. So what you want to do now is you want to copy this. You want to copy what's in this square. All right. So to do that, you want to hold down Control, and you want to press the letter C on your keyboard, that's gonna copy what is ever selected. Right now, this is selected. You see your marching ants going around. That's letting you know that a selection has been made. So whatever is within the selection, after you have pressed Control and C, it's gonna copy it. So we're gonna go back to tab 2, to the second tab that we created. That's 13 by 9, or well, whatever size paper document you created, and you're gonna go over here and you're gonna paste it. So to paste it, you're gonna press Control and the letter V as in Victor. Alright, so bam, now you can see whatever I copied from the other page, I just pasted onto this page, and it's 13 by 19. If I drag a box over this, you can see that it is 13 by 19. Alright, so I'm gonna press Control and D to deselect that selection that I just made. Okay, I press Control and D to deselect that selection that was just made. All right, so now that I pasted it, I'm just go to File up here, go to File, and you go down to Print. All right, now you're able to print this out. We already done. All right, so y'all should already have your print settings and everything. Should already be done. You should be good. Just come in here, make sure you pick whatever selection you want to pick, and just press OK. Make sure you have your printer selected. That's very important. You don't want to print on the wrong printer. So pick the right printer. Pick your print settings, and then press print. I'm not gonna press print right now because I'm not printing it, but I'm gonna just press cancel. So y'all print it out, and you just repeat the same steps over and over. All right, so I'm gonna do a few more with y'all, make sure you got it. So now that I've printed this out, I'm gonna go back to tab 1. All right, I see this is selected. Right, I'm gonna hold down Control, and I'm gonna press the letter D as in dog to deselect that selection that was made. Okay, I'm gonna put my marquee tool up here, and I'm gonna drag down a 13 by 9, my next 13 by 19 square. When I see that my numbers read 13 by 19, I'm gonna release my mouse. Okay, now I have this part of my image selected. I'm gonna hold down Control. I'm gonna press the letter C to copy it. All right. Then I'm gonna go back to my second tab up here that I created. That's 13 by 19. And I have this old image that I've already printed. So here, I'm just gonna press Control. I'm gonna hold down Control, and I'm gonna press the letter Z as in zebra to undo that. Okay, and I kept pressing it because remember I had that selection. I taught y'all how to do that selection and read it. So I just undoed until I got to a white screen. My background layer, my background image. All right, so now I'm just gonna paste the image that I just selected from this design. I'm just gonna paste it in over here by pressing Control and the letter V as in Victor. Now my second tile has been pasted onto this canvas. All right, so again, I'm gonna go to File up here. I'm gonna go to Print. Okay, your settings should already be set. If you want to double check, you can double check. Press it. Make sure you select which one you want to use. Okay, and okay it. All right, and then just print it out. Make sure that your layout is in portrait, not in landscape. Make sure it's in portrait. Make sure you have your printer selected, and you just print it out. I'm gonna cancel it. All right, I'm gonna go through a few more with y'all. Okay, so you go back to tab 1. You're gonna press Control and D to deselect that part. Okay, I'm gonna hold down the space bar, and I'm going to click and drag to the right so that I can see this next tile that I need to select. All right. I'm going to put my marquee tool in the corner. And I'm going to click and drag down. And as you can see, I can't come fully over here because the image is just this big. So it's gonna select the image because that is what it's not gonna select anything that's not selectable, right? So bam, you just drag to the end and drag to the bottom, all right, and then you release it, and then you want to press Control and C to copy that. You want to come back over here to your second tab, and you want to press Control and the letter Z to undo that one, and you want to press Control and the letter V as in Victor to paste this image. Now, as you can see, I have this marquee tool still selected. As you can see, that plus sign means that I have the marquee tool, the square one, selected. But I don't want to use this right now. I need to be able to move this image. So I want to use the move tool. This is the move tool. And as you can see, the hotkey for it is V, the letter V. Alright, so I ain't going to press it over here because then I've trained my mind to come over here and try to find the move tool, to waste time trying to find it. I ain't got time, man. I'm going to press Control and I'm just going to press the letter V. I'm just going to press the letter V because that's what it said. It said to press the letter V. So as you can see, now my move tool is selected. If you hover over this, you can see this is what it looks like when it's selected. You see this cross and this arrow? That's what it would look like when it is selected, and that is exactly what it looks like right here. So I know I have my move tool selected because of the cross and the arrow, and this right here is letting me know that it matches. So I have the move tool selected. So now I can move this over because I don't want to waste paper and print this image in the middle of my paper. You can drag it to one side, either side you want, and then you want to go ahead on and go to File, Print, and you go back through the selections. You make sure your printer is right, make sure your copies, make sure you print settings, make sure you're in portrait, and you want to print it. I'm going to press cancel. Okay, I'm going to go through one more with y'all. All right, so bam, you go back to tab 1. All right, I'm going to hold down my space bar, and then I'm going to drag up because I want to get down here to the bottom. All right, I'm going to get my marquee tool by pressing the letter M on my keyboard. M. All right, and then I'm going to drag in this corner here down to here, right? And then I'm going to let go. And then I'm going to press Control and C to copy it. Come back up to my second tab. I'm going to press Control and Z to undo this. Okay, I pressed it twice. Okay, now I'm going to press Control and the letter V as in Victor. And as you can see, this has printed in the middle of my paper once again, and it's not filling up the whole canvas. So I'm going to grab my move tool by pressing the letter V as in Victor and sliding it down. Or I can slide it up. Either way, it's going to print on without wasting extra paper. You know what I mean? All right, so you want to go back to File. You want to go back to Print. And, print it all out. All right, so the last tip I'm going to give y'all today is be mindful that these are the hotkeys. You see over here it says Control N. If you wanted to open up a new document, you press Control N. If you wanted to print, you press Control P. These are the hotkeys. So if you would learn these, it would be helpful. You go to Image, Edit. You have hotkeys here. To undo, we were pressing Control Z. I know because here it is. It says undo here, and you press Control Z. To copy, Control C. To paste, Control V. So just be mindful that when you're going to go find something in one of these tabs, look to see if there's a hotkey If there's a hotkey, try if you use that often, try and remember the hotkey. That way, your workflow could go a lot faster, man. So I hope this tutorial was very helpful for y'all, man. If y'all like my video, please give me a thumbs up and comment down below if y'all like my video. If y'all got any questions, any problems, if I explain too fast or too slow, or if you like the content, any feedback is good, man. Just talk to me in the comments. I'm gonna get back to y'all. All right.